So Andy from Minnesota Beer Activist and Chip from
Chop and Brew
coming at you. Just taking a few minutes here to tell you about Chip's new endeavors. Chip, where would we know you from previous endeavors?
You might know me from previous endeavors as Brewing TV, probably most specifically, and or any video work with Northern Brewer, any product videos or instructional videos. But Brewing TV has been kind of my thing for the last 3 years, a webcast, for lack of better term, about home brewing for the most part, and to some degree about craft brewery tours, wherein craft beer and home brewing meets, but home brewing is the fascination, the obsession.
So what is Chop and Brew?
Chop and Brew is another webcast that I'm doing since leaving Northern Brewer and Brewing TV. It's going to be a little more focused solely on home brewing as opposed to much pro brewing at all, and working in the chop element, some food. Everything from fermented foods to just grilling, smoking, roasting, curing, all that kind of stuff. I don't do a lot of those particularly. I'm trying to become a better and more experimental chef, but I know a lot of people who do a lot of crazy things. So as a video nerd in general, what I feel my obligation to the rest of the world is to kind of capture some of these cool people doing cool things. But I do some cool things. I'll be in front of the camera a good bit as I was with Brewing TV, but I want to share it. The thing with Brewing TV is kind of like, since Northern Brewer sponsored it, paid for it, we were kind of limited in outside people we could work with. We want to keep it employees or at least people that we knew really well. With Chop and Brew, I just hope to include as many people as possible. If you got a good idea and you're within driving distance of Twin Cities, let's put something on the calendar. You have to be good on camera though. I can't have any clams, dude.
Oh, sorry. Were you inferring that I'm a clam?
No, you're talking.
Right,
There's people
good.
where you go shoot something and they're awesome in email. They're like, I got this idea and let's do this. They should get there and the camera's on. They're just like.
So if people do have a good idea, how can they get a hold of you?
You can email me, Chip Walton, at chopandbrew.com. Oh no, sorry.
It's Chop Brew.
Here, we'll start that over.
If people want to get a hold of you, Chip, and give you ideas or have some creative thoughts, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, there's several ways. Obviously, email is chopandbrew@gmail.com. There's facebook.com/chopandbrew. youtube.com/
Are you on the Twitters?
Chop and Brew. I'm on the Twitter's phobes. At Chop and Brew. I want to get as many people involved, and I need just interesting ideas. Like, I've already had a lot of good ideas coming in through Facebook. Everything from kimchi's and yogurts.
I'm gonna throw one out there.
Charcuterie. We were talking about that on the first video that didn't work out.
This is 2.0. So, chicken wings. I want to bring up chicken wings too.
Okay.
Just because I'm a fan.
I just want to bring up chicken wings.
I'd like to see it happen.
Cool. Yeah, and I've got a chef friend that lives across the street named Xander Dixon. He's got a lot of interesting ideas of things to do with beer and for beer as it relates to food, like brining a brisket in wort, like a salty wort, a hop-laced white wine glaze for pork loin, like stuff like that. Like, I just kind of come out of left field with some of this stuff, but then some of it may end up being like very basic. Like, there's a guy down south Minnesota that wants to teach people how to butch, if that's the right word, how to cut up properly a side of beef.
That's awesome, because that's always something like I've thought about buying like a side of beef or like a half a pig or something. It's like, it'd be pretty sweet to just throw it in the freezer, but it's like, how would I even come at that with a hatchet? Like, you know what I mean? So that would be cool to know.
Yeah, and I would like to. Those videos exist, in YouTube. There's nothing you can't YouTube, but I'd like to think that the following from Brewing TV was interested in things beyond homebrew. A lot of them are doing interesting things, and I think coming from this, presentation standpoint might really thrill a lot of people.
I would agree. I think a lot of people that I know that are into good beer are into good food. And just like brewing beer, they're into creating their own great culinary stuff. So I think it's a good fit.
And just doing tons of stuff DIY. It seems like more people are beekeeping. Seems like more people are making bread. That's a big thing that I personally want to do in 2013. or just bread, period. But spent grain is another idea that someone had on Facebook, like making breads. I want to make Charlie P over there some, Charlie P the dog, that is, some dog treats from spent grain. Yeah. So yeah, come along on the Chop and Brew train.
That's Chip, Chop and Brew on the Facebook and the Twitters and all that good stuff.
Chop for chop.
Brew for chop.
Brew for what?
Chop, chop.
This is where the magic happens for the blooper reel.
Oh no!